Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your man Chuck Creek, man, aka Jigsaw. 2020 is here. And we here with my man Rich P. What's going on, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What's good, bro? I
Yeah.
appreciate you having me here, man. Everything is
definitely.
good. Love is love.
Yeah, Rich performed at SOB's, the legendary New York spot for Hot 97's Who's Next. And I was one of the judges. And, up until your point, everybody was pretty solid. Everybody was good. But then you performed, and it was like, okay, he won, basically.
They say, you be acting like you all in the trap. I seen that human transform to a rat. You be acting like you all in the trap. I seen that human transform to a rat. You be acting.
You know what I mean? We all knew you won immediately when you performed, man. First things first, like that moment was big for you. You were very emotional on stage.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, because I took you as a pro. I mean, you doing your thing, but I was like, oh, this dude is already like, he's like, when somebody's on the verge, they out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize that you still doing, you still working.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a emotional moment because I put in a lot of work, and the grind has been it could be grueling sometimes, when you're looking for opportunity. And I've had a lot of opportunities through the course of my career, but when it's like a big moment, and especially when it's like a contest, like you get to see people get to see you against your competition, and they see what you bring to the table, and that, okay, he's doing this for real. And when you win, it's like a lot of, like, nothing was really given to me, like, through the course of my career. So when you earn something of that stature, and from, like, people who believe in you, and people who actually just say, you know what, they don't have nothing to lose by not picking you. Right. So it means that they was rocking with you. And you and the rest of the judges are some important people to the culture. So for y'all to give me that stamp and that opportunity for the next night, it meant everything. So it's like, man, like, I work, everything I've ever achieved, I had to work for. A lot of people get things handed to them. They got a relative in the industry. They got people where the opportunity just falls on their lap. Right. And then it also, when they get those opportunities, they don't take advantage of them. So, I'm just like, when I watch, sometimes I'm like, man, like, there's people out here that's willing to kill for that opportunity, and y'all have no idea. There's so many of us out here that just need that and want that, and when you finally get a moment like that, it's like, man, it breaks you down a little. So for sure.
You had a mentor. Drewski was your mentor, right? For
yes.
That course, and they had a whole bunch of other legends, and Eric EP from Def Jam, and the other was there was a couple more mentors,
right?
Whatever. Did he give you any advice that really impacted your performance, or was it just tightening things up?
He gave me some advice. It was slight, but more about tightening things up. He was just like, yo, don't leave no gaps for people to, for you to lose anybody after each song. Make sure that they stay engaged. And he was like, because I don't want no slip ups. And I was already on par, but to hear him say it let me know that I'm doing the right thing. Like, okay, we seeing eye to eye here. And when we was sound checking and everything, he was strict, because the dudes that was sound checking, all the artists, they was going through their whole set. Yeah. And I'm just listening oh, y'all letting me hear everything y'all got. So
right, they
Drewski
forgot it was a contest.
Yeah, Drewski yo, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Do one joint, 20 seconds in, just want to hear your levels, and everybody, other artists, that's all you doing? That's it? I was like, yeah, this is for my levels. I was like, I'm not here to let y'all know what I'm about to do.
Right.
I want y'all to be just as shocked as the crowd and the judges. So, they were very cool dudes, but it's war. Yeah. It's war when we out there. But Drewski definitely gave me what I needed to solidify it. So for sure.
You came out to the Champ is here. Was that Will Smith or was that Muhammad Ali? When you
I think that's from the Will Smith movie.
Okay, yeah.
The Ali movie, but
I'm a
yeah.
big boxing fan, so
Oh,
I was
okay,
like, I think
okay.
that's Will Smith. Yeah.
I'm a boxing fan too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
word,
man,
word. But you set the tone. That's my point. You
Absolutely,
set the tone.
man. It's not cockiness, it's confidence. You know,
Yeah.
you got to believe in yourself when you're doing this because outside voices push you out this game. Like critics, people, the regular bystanders, they don't want you to believe in yourself because a lot of people don't. So they're going to push that on you. So you got to have that notion like I'm better than everybody. And it's not that I'm not a better human being. We all created equal, but as far as work ethic, talent, I know what I have. So I'm confident that I could win and beat anybody whenever I'm in the playing field.
Okay. Now you have a new song out. It's called Not Real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk
Yeah.
about that song a little bit. There's a lot of talk around that song.
Yeah, man. Not Real is the current single. We dropped it like a month and a half ago. It's running up. We had like 250,000 views. It's been moving. First single off the new album, so I'm excited. It's got that attention that I wanted it to get. That's the record that got me in the contest with High 97. So it's just pretty much about authenticity, man. Like and addressing what's going on in the culture and making sure that we preserve some rules, like that's like some unwritten rules in the streets and in the culture of hip hop. Like I don't want the next generation coming out here thinking like it's cool and it's okay to be like, yeah, you know, I'm going to act tough, I'm going to play tough, and I'm going to have nothing but people surrounding me and protecting me. But then when we get in trouble, I'm telling on everybody that was protecting me. You know, a lot of people make excuses for people like 6ix9ine and, oh, you know, dude was sleeping with his baby mother and this, that, and the third. But I think everyone is starting to forget that if those dudes wasn't around him, the content of his music wouldn't be like that. He wouldn't be able to rap about the things he was rapping about. He probably wouldn't even be alive rapping like that without those people around him because those are certified dudes. So, you know, there's a two heads to a coin. So people out here like, oh, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, they was doing them dirty. But it's like, okay, they're the reason he even got in this game.
Yeah.
One weekend talking like that with no protection, he's out of here. He's out. They was throwing buckets of ice at him, and that all toned down because of the dudes that was around him. And you put all these dudes away for a big chunk of their life, and you gonna come home all high and Nelly, and you still get to reap the benefits of all that tough music and tough stuff you was talking about. So that song is to address that, and you know.
So this is definitely directed towards 6ix9ine, because at the show, that's what people told me. I'm hearing it for the first time in the concert form.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what they were saying.
It's not directed towards him. Only like 3 bars in the record is just there's a difference between Bobby Shmurda's and 6ix9ine's. Like that's it. But people took it as that. But you know he's the biggest rat out at the time, so that's what the song is saying. But he's not the only one. You know, a lot of just the everyday dudes, man, that's out here running the streets is doing all this. You know, they out here wilding and committing atrocities in the streets, and when they get caught, they telling other people like, yo, I know about this, I know about that, and I know people that's doing that right now in my hood. So there's people from my hood that I grew up with that's also inspiration for the record, really, honestly speaking, because somebody I grew up with recently, you know, he told on a lot of people, like, and I'm just like, bruh, like, they was living their life. And you voluntarily, just to reduce your time, was like, yo, I know a lot.
Wow. You
know, so it's like, that's really where the inspiration of this record come from. So it's not really directed towards him. He's just one of a million.
New York is in a interesting state right now.
Very.
You know, you got obviously Griselda's up top.
Facts.
Doing their thing. But the city is a little different right now. You know, even 6ix9ine, I mean, it's been for a minute now, so again, not to call nobody out, but you know, like Tekashi, then you got like Designer, and you know, people. I felt when you performed, like I was like, yo, I think I said it. This reminds me of New York. This
Absolutely.
is like New York, which is like dope to me because gentrification, whatever you want to call it, or just the internet, whatever, you know, blending and stuff. I don't feel like we get New York no more.
Yeah, man. There's always a place for that raw energy, man. And honestly speaking, the way the people are reacting to the records that I put out, that's just more solidification that it's a place for it.
Yeah.
Griselda's living proof of that. You know what I'm saying? So, Dave East is living proof of that. Like, we out here. And the thing about what we're doing is, and what I'm doing is, when trends fade, the ability to rhyme is never going to die.
Yeah.
So, and when you look at who's the biggest artist in the game, the reason why they're there is their ability to rhyme. You know, yeah, everybody complains about mumble and the mumble rap and everything, but I'm like, yo, the top 3 or 4 artists in the game are certified MCs.
Yeah.
Drake, Kendrick, Cole, Meek, Big Sean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These are pure rhymers. So I think people forget that. And they sell more than anybody.
Yeah.
Why? Because what they're saying is resonating with people. And that comes through skill, lyricism, and content.
Right.
Now, that doesn't take away the fact that the other artists aren't selling, because you got people like Thug, you got, Uzi, all these dudes who are very talented. But what I know is what I'm doing, that you just got to take the stairs.
Yeah.
You got to take the stairs. I'm completely fine with that. I've watched it over the years. When I was doing 5,000 views, I was doing 10. Then I started doing 300. Then I started doing 250 in a month, which means it's going to keep growing, and that's going to hit 1 million. So I'm okay with taking the stairs, and what I'm doing is timeless. So I'm happy with that. A lot of dudes is temporary, and with their music and content is who, people always come to me, yo, you got to make a record like that. You got to make it. I'm like, yo, I'm okay. I don't need to force that, because that's not me. Yeah. And I could do that in my sleep as well. I've done it before. Yeah. But what I do, everybody can't do. Yeah. That's for sure. Any artist could go in the booth and make a record just saying whatever come to their mind. Or when these dudes do interviews, they be like, yo, honestly, I didn't even think. I just started saying stuff. Right. We can all do that. Yeah. But everybody can't go in the booth and do what we doing.
Right. Facts. The other thing about your show was when you got on the stage, it was like at the end, 1 million people for the Not Real drink.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit. There was mumbles that, oh, he can't do that in Cincinnati, or he can't do that in other places.
I love when people haven't really been hip to me. I feel like I'm just that unpolished diamond, or that diamond in the rough, that ain't been found, like 50 said. Yeah. Once people start getting hip to me, especially in the industry, they gonna be like, yo, where was I? Yeah. Cause the year before that, I sold Atlanta out. Packed. Right. And I remember performing, and people I seen through the windows, people still trying to get in the venue. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, we just sold Atlanta, Georgia out. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put my own tour together just to test the markets, like, outside of New York. And we did Atlanta, Philly, D.C., New York. Okay. And New York we sold out, and Atlanta we sold out. D.C. and Philly were good testers. We got some people in the town in. But when we got to the A, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Yeah. We down south. We down south right now, and they rocking to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think when people see, they going to be like, yo, wow. Like he's really wilding out here, because it's doable. Yeah. And like I said, I've been putting in the work. I have a lot of fans, a lot. Yeah. And I didn't realize that till I put that tour together, where people was like, yo, I bought tickets. Is there more? Is there more? Is there more? And I'm like, yo. Yeah. I'm like, we really building something special, and people going to catch on eventually, so we could definitely do it. And they just want to be a part of that, man. My shows are big on connection. Yeah. A lot of those people probably never get to do that again with another artist. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of people that thought that these people were like my family and friends, and a lot of them are fans. Yeah. They just genuinely drove from other cities. They drove from other states to see me perform. They was like, yo, I'm coming. I'm taking a bus. They sending me DMs, photos of them on the bus. Nice. I'm like, yo, this is going to be a crazy night. Because when we was in there, they like, yo, we don't know how the turnout's going to be. I was like, my guest list is like 400. Yeah, right. They was like, what? I'm like, yeah. I was like, it's going to be crazy. It's empty now. They like, we don't know. I'm like, no, it's going to get ugly in here. Trust me, they coming. And they showed out, man. So we got a lot of power right now, and, we're going to keep it building.
Okay. Now, talk about your dad a little bit. Your other project, Kicking It With My Pops.
Right.
it had a thread in it, and I wanted to know about y'all's relationship.
Right. Yeah, that album is a storyline. Like, but prior to my content of music of what it is today, I was very superficial lyrically. Like, I just rapped about being fly, and it was just very like they called it luxury rap. I kind of got coined as like starting that style of rap.
Yeah.
And then like I noticed people like Vinny Chase. It was like at the time it was like me, ASAP Rocky, and Vinny Chase with that style of music, and we kind of like brought that to the forefront.
Right.
Luxury rap. But then at the intro of my album, if you listen, my father's like, you're not gonna hit people until you make the hair on their arm stand up. So I was like, let's do it. And he was like, change your content.
Right.
You're going to see a difference. And at that time, I would drop a video, do like 20,000 views, and I was hyped. Yo, I did 20,000.
Right.
And he was just like, yo, change the content and watch what happens. And I spent like years, like he kind of stayed in my house, like just there, like, yo, rap about this. Or ask me questions. Why do you make music?
Right.
Rap about why do you make music? Who is the person you're making the music for? Tell a story.
Yeah.
People want to know your story. Tell stories. And he was like, also, stop caring about what me, your moms, or your family might think when you writing.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to write anything down, no matter if it's personal. It might bother us. You can't care.
Yeah.
You have to be honest in your music.
Right.
And I'm like, I bet. So when I did that, I felt better. And I'm like, wow, this is really what making music is.
Yeah.
And then I started feeling how, like, when I would listen to Drake's albums and J.Cole's albums, I'm like, those some songs, I'm like, how did they do this? And now I'm coming into that like, wow, I'm making that kind of music now. So it's crazy.
Dope. Did he rap?
Yeah, but he the reason I rap. Like,
Okay.
when he wasn't really like heavy in it, but he crazy enough, he dropped the album in the 90s and he sold like 8,000 records like
Really?
on his own.
Wow. Okay.
Independently, out of his pocket, out of his trunk, 8,000 units. And he always joke on me like, yo, till you sell 8K, you ain't got nothing on me. I be like, yo, oh man. So he be like, you ain't never do 8K.
Yeah,
I be like, oh, this dude is
That's
crazy. But yeah, when I was a kid, I used to rap because I thought he was a rapper when he was like in the streets and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he a rapper. I want to be a rapper. So that's crazy why I started.
That's dope. Now you mentioned, Harlem, rich legacy of music. In fact, we're gonna interview another rapper from Harlem, old school though, super old school.
Okay.
But she's a pioneer, born in Harlem, kind of raised in the Bronx. But what do you feel like? Where's Harlem right now? Cam said something on his album I felt was a little weird about Harlem coming together and things of that sort. Like, where are y'all with it right now?
Harlem's in a weird place, man. I just feel like it's time to start embracing the newer artists, especially like the Cam'rons, the Jim Jones. I want to see all those dudes throw more people under the wing, man. Like, Brooklyn is on fire right now.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Brooklyn is like a kennel. It's just like more dogs just coming out. And right now we got like Dave East, we got Ferg, we got Rocky. I'm on that come up right now. Man, like, and you got Naka, look out for him because Naka's been putting in work for a long time. Okay. And Naka's like buzzing right now. So, like, I just want to see everybody come together a little more, man. Like, it just has to. Like, right now, the only person doing it, in my opinion, is Dave East. Like, Dave East is just working with everyone from Harlem.
Right.
He's giving verses out. Right. He's like, he's getting dudes their first million views. And a lot of people don't give him enough credit for that, man. So I would like to see that with more artists, though, that's on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to see Cam find a Dave East. I would love to. Well, I can't really say that because Cam actually does do it. Cam done had Jewels, then he had Vado. Right. So Cam is actually very good at that. We got Neek Bucks too. Yep. Jimmy, I would like to see, these dudes like, and I think Jimmy is starting to do it though. I've been seeing Jim Jones on Instagram, like working with other artists from Harlem, but just shouting us out. People don't understand the importance of a look. A look is everything, man. Yo, look out for this cat. Yo, this dude is hot. that can change your life. Like, and I don't think people understand the power of that. And, you know, a lot of our peers, we all know each other in Harlem. We all know each other. So I think if we start actually shouting each other out a little more, man, it's going to help. Like, your fan base don't get hurt by sharing it with me. Mines don't get hurt by sharing it with you. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot more dope ones on the come up as well, like Semi the God, NY. There's a lot of dope rappers in Harlem right now, so we just need to unify.
And that's what happened. But you know, back in the day, that's how everybody came up. You know, Jay-Z worked with DMX, Rough Riders worked with Rockefeller and Murder Inc. and all of them. You know, and they all rose up together.
Absolutely, they hung out with each other. Like that's crazy. And I'm gonna be honest with this new project. I tried, like I reached out to so many people and like trying to work with other artists, I found out could be one of the biggest headaches of your life. Like I reached out, I sent dudes beats, they like, yo, I got you, yo, and then the conversation just stopped. I'm like, yo, like, all right, just at least tell me something so I could put somebody else on this. You feel me? Like, and I realize how tough it is, man, but I don't take anything personal because I know in my life there's days where I go through things and I just shut out. So I can't be mad if someone just don't have the same transparency as I have, because I was once passive where I just didn't know how to tell you I'm not doing the record. But some people just may be in that point of their life where it's just like, I can't do this right now. Like I'm so focused on me. So I get it. But it's tough, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hard because you got your own deadlines. Like the album probably would have been done way long ago if I didn't have to wait for so many people's like verses and then them not do it. I'm like, yo, wow. So hey, it is what it is.
You don't even want to say who, do you?
Nah, I can't do that, man. I don't.
You know, the evil media always gotta ask.
But it's all love, man. You know, I feel no ways. Man.
That's what's up. Are you ready for that aspect of the game? Being in the game myself for a minute, you go in there with really, pure intentions, almost like innocence, like a little bit of innocence, and you walk in, and then you realize you start meeting people, and if you're a hot commodity, people are always kind of in your face or whatever, but you then realize it's almost like going behind the curtain and you're like, oh, everything ain't what it seems to be.
Yeah, I'm ready because I already know how that go. Even though I'm not where I want to be yet, I've been fortunate enough to build a buzz, and I've also been fortunate enough to build a buzz, lose it, and get it back. And I've already watched how people treated me when there was a time where people thought I was about to pop. Like, and this is like early on when I was superficial with my music, and then like when I fell down because I kind of like went in that hibernation of rebranding myself, and it just like no one check on you, and I'm just like wow, like people really don't, like, they're fickle. All it is what can I get from you at this moment? And some relationships are genuine, some aren't. But, I've been fortunate enough to, get a friend in the industry. So it kind of like taught me, like Tiana Taylor, her being from Harlem, and becoming a friend of mine. Like she just followed me one day on Twitter and was like a fan of like just how I dress, my style, and just my music. And she was just like, yo, you're dope. If I can help you, I'll help you. So she's been fortunate, and I've been fortunate enough for her to like let me open up at her shows and perform like at so many. I've gained so many fans through that, and a lot of her fans know me. They see me, yo, I love your music. I love that T supports you, and I've just been around and I've seen just how it goes. Man, I've had some type of preparation for that. So I'm definitely ready. Just got to be prepared for it.
Okay. All right. Who's your dream collaboration?
Oh, man. Honestly, it's definitely Hove, of course. Like, that's the greatest of all time, man. Like, that's a dream collab. But a more realistic one, even though I put that in the universe because I do believe I'll get to that point. Kendrick, Cole, those two right there, man, are like, wow. Like, those, I love those two, man. Like, I opened up for Kendrick before in North Carolina. Like, the opportunity got presented. And I learned a lot from him. This is like right before he popped, but he had a crazy following. So, They was like, yo, you want to open for Kendrick? I'm like, yeah.
Right.
And I hopped on a China bus straight to North Carolina,
Oh, shit.
straight up. And I learned, like, watching him perform, I was like, this dude is it.
Yeah,
I was like, he's the future. And I was like, he's going to be the biggest artist in the game because the way he performs, that's how I learned how to construct my performances because that dude is a genius. But J. Cole is number one for me. Like, Cole is like, Cole a god, man.
Dope. Yeah. I love both of those guys. Yeah, oh, my God. Kendrick was the moment where I realized I wasn't as up on things as I thought I was. Like, I knew who he was, like, before he popped or anything. And I interviewed him as his first album dropped.
Wow.
But the crowd that came to that interview, because it was in front of our live audience, I was like, yo, I didn't realize how big he was.
Yeah, man, he's special.
Yeah, definitely.
And his fans know he's special. And I feel like I'm in that position right now. Like, people find out about me, and then if I I invite people somewhere, you bring them out.
Right.
Like, I'm getting there. You feel me? And I know that's doing the music I do, the content, just like Cole and Kendrick, how they did it. Yeah. That blueprint of real music.
Yep. And I agree. Even the album with your pop theme to it, that's exactly what I felt hearing that album.
Wow.
That's, a couple years back now.
Nah, year and a half.
Okay.
Year and a half.
All right. 2018. It was really dope. I felt it was like, I vibed with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that means a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, what's Strength in Numbers?
That's my company.
Okay.
Me and my dad founded it in '98.
Okay.
He used to do these big open mic showcases called Strength in Numbers.
Okay.
And he discovered a lot of talent at those open mics. People would come through. Fred the Godson. Man, I'm trying to remember. Like, he was telling me the other day what DJs was there that was at SOBs and what execs. He was like, yo, they came to the Strength in Numbers shows. Wow. I was like, wow. And this artist named Mike Mills from Far Rock, he had got discovered through that. Okay. Dude, he got signed to MBK. Right. Man, so, I was like, let me take it. Okay. Let me run with that. Strength in Numbers is a powerful name because we go by the motto, if there's one person on the corner chilling, every car is going to drive by. But if it's 30 of us on the corner, everyone going to slow down and see, why is 30 people right here? Because it's strength in numbers. Yeah. When you come deep anywhere, everybody stops. Everybody want to know who y'all are. Yeah. And people, my fans, my friends, family, they abide by that. So they come out for me. Yeah. It's strength in numbers. Nice. Everywhere I go, like, we militant too. So we move as a unit. And the people pop out and they scream it every at shows. They DM me, yo, strength in numbers, sin. And I just be like, yeah, man, let's ride with it. So we that's just what we going on. And it's gonna be a company that we sign artists to, that we mold artists to, and just brand a whole bunch of things. So it's all about unity. Unity is strength.
Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. What are your goals? What are your goals, short term and long term?
My short-term goals is to get this album out.
Do you have a title?
It's called SL, Spiritual Levels.
Okay.
So we're going to get this album out top of this year ASAP, get this concert. I want to do this big album release concert to put everybody on notice to see what we got in New York and the power that we have in New York. And long-term is to build, become the hottest, man. Yeah. Become the hottest in the game, show people that Nipsey blueprint, who I like another one that I followed. He's like one of my idols. Yeah. Of practicing independence, knowing the knowledge of the game, and maintaining that discipline of sticking to the script of ownership and branding yourself like that. So I want to be the hottest, man. I want to be the best. I want to make the best music. And making sure that this album long term is something that's like a staple in hip hop, because I think this album is gonna be really big.
So you want to do a classic? Basically.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is a masterpiece, man.
Okay, nice. Yo, man, I want to say thank you for coming through. This will not be the last time we talk.
Absolutely
not.
You know
what I'm saying? We want
to
you know, we want to be there every step of the way, man, for your journey.
I
man.
would love that,
Yeah,
man.
for
Thank
sure.
you. I appreciate y'all having me. It's an honor, for
Yeah.
real. I've been following I've discovered so many artists from all
Okay.
hip hop, man. Back like with Curtains, J Mills.
Oh man,
Man,
yeah.
I've been following y'all since forever.
That's
so
what's
being
up.
here right now is like crazy.
Word.
Trust me. I'm a student, so I
Full
study
circle.
it all day. Full
yeah.
circle for real.
No doubt, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you, King.
Yup, yup.